Hi, my name is Natalie Thomas, and I'm a PR staffer with the State Hornet. And today, we're here with Ballet Folklórico, Nube de Oro. Rooted in Sacramento, Ballet Folklórico Nube de Oro is a dance company dedicated to teaching the vibrant art of the traditional Mexican folk dance known as Folklórico. Osvaldo Ramirez, the artistic director of Ballet Folklorico, also shares his passion both on stage and in the classroom as a Folklorico course professor for Sacramento State.
Hi, my name is Osvaldo Ramirez. I've been the artistic director of Ballet Folklorico Nube de Oro since 2021, so just about 5 years. But prior to that, I had been an assistant director and also instructor for some of their classes, and also collaborated with previous dance companies that I was part of. But I've known the group for almost over 20 years now. This group started back in 1994, 1995 with community members. And right now, currently in our executive membership, we have some of the original members whose now kids and grandkids are dancing.
So my parents were original members of Nube de Oro, and maybe when I was 7 years old, around there, I started dancing. To be a part of Nube de Oro is really like my artistic outlet. After a long week of work and my studies, it's really nice to be able to come here, take out my frustrations on the floor, and really use a part of me that I don't use day to day.
I have been dancing with Nube for about 17, almost 18 years now. It's kind of a long story short, so I come from a family of musicians, and my grandfather used to play for Nube in their annual shows for many years. And so when we were looking to get into just other extracurricular things, my grandfather recommended Nube to us. We just fell in love with the culture. I think a little girl looking at other girls dancing with skirts is kind of what grabbed me, but it wasn't until I grew up with the group that I realized the importance of it.
So we have a lot of different rehearsals for the various levels. We have the infantil for kids, juvenil for the youth, and then inter-advanced for adults. And we have about 5 levels in between all the classes. So from Wednesdays through Saturdays, we have 2 to 3 hour rehearsals broken down by beginners and then advanced dancers, and then specialized rehearsals where we only take a look into choreography so that we can prepare for performances out in the community, showcases and whatnot, including the ones that we do at Sac State year to year.
So I originally didn't plan on being part of Folklorico. It was really my older sister that was part of it, or that wanted to be part of it. When I was a little kid, I was around 4 when my sister wanted to join, and me and my brother didn't know what we were really getting ourselves into. And then it wasn't until that we actually started performing where I started developing this love and this passion for being on stage and sharing this culture and all the stories of my people on stage, and just sharing it with my community.
I remember the region that intrigued me. It was Nayarit. I thought it was so cool that boys could dance with machetes, and like the girls came out with these pretty colorful skirts, and I was like, oh, this is something I want to do. Being part of this group feels like I have somewhere to go to like embrace my culture. Growing up, like being first gen, I think my parents tried really hard to have me learn about my culture, but I feel like I was really reluctant because no one else around me knew that stuff. So coming here, I was like, oh, other people also want to learn about their culture and be involved. And so then I was now intrigued and like wanted to actually partake in learning more.
We tend to push our dancers a lot to better themselves very quickly. And so we see something in a dancer and we really want them to grow as an individual, and not just in dance, but grow professionally, grow personally is a really big one too. So patience within your abilities, but also patience within yourself to really hone in on your craft, whether that be through dance, through your professional development, or just personal growth.
I'm very blessed to have been given this opportunity to be part of this group, because I've discovered parts of myself that I never realized. I didn't realize that I wanted to become an instructor and become an educator, and not just for dance, but just a teacher in life, and just be an example for how I teach my little kids now. And you know, it's very You know, it's very intimidating, especially with a lot of people who try to control your voice and try to control your power and control what you want to teach to the world. But something that I always try to teach my kids is the more you know about where you come from, the less people can control you. So
I love dancing because it brings me back to my own roots, my traditions. But through all these years, in my mission as a dancer, choreographer, artistic director has been kind of spreading the knowledge about the history behind these dances, the traditions that were practiced by some of our grandparents or previous generations, and being able to kind of showcase the diversity of Mexican culture. Because we have not just influences from the indigenous side, but also we have European and also African. So it's like three main roots that kind of constitute what Mexican Folklórico is. And so I've been kind of putting that out there through my conferences, my training, going and making sure that I bring the traditions to our group and also to Sac State and our students so that we can kind of cherish all of these dance traditions that we have.
My name is Natalie Thomas with the State Hornet, and thank you for watching.